Welcome to English 10 Podcast, your practical companion for everyday English. I'm Laura, a teacher who loves turning everyday moments into clear language insights.
And I'm Thomas, always curious about how small choices in speech can make big differences in understanding. Today, we're stepping back to yesterday and exploring the past simple in depth, not just as a grammar label, but as a real skill you can use in storytelling, journaling, and conversation. Exactly. Yesterday is more than a date on the calendar. It's a gateway to expressing completed actions, memories, and routines with precision. In this episode, we'll walk through concrete examples from a studio setting. Two friends, Lara and Thomas, sharing a day in a way that feels natural yet accurate. We'll also unpack common pitfalls, quick tips, and a few practice prompts to solidify your mastery of the past simple.
So grab a notebook, settle into the studio chairs, and get ready to transform how you talk about yesterday. Welcome to English 10 Podcast. Talking about yesterday, learn past simple now. Thomas, yesterday you mentioned you tried a new coffee shop. How did it go? I'm curious about every small detail, because sometimes the little moments reveal more than we expect when we're telling a story in the past simple.
Oh, it was great. I woke up early, walked there, and I ordered a latte. The barista gave me a friendly smile, and I paid with my card. After that, I found a quiet corner near the window and began to skim the morning headlines while I waited for the drink. The whole scene felt almost cinematic, like the kind of morning that invites a reflective mood.
Nice. What did you think of the coffee in that moment when the aroma hit your senses and you took that first sip?
It tasted amazing. I savored the warm steam as I inhaled, and I noticed how the latte's crema held its shape. I sat for a while, read the morning news, and left after about an hour. The barista asked if I wanted anything else, but I said no. I didn't feel rushed, which made the experience more enjoyable. Sounds like a calm and almost cinematic morning.
How about the people you met?
I spoke to a friendly photographer who recommended a tiny bookstore nearby. We exchanged a few notes about local spots, and I bought a second-hand novel there, which felt like stumbling upon a small treasure. The conversation lingered in my mind as I walked away.
Lovely. And when did you get back home?
I returned around noon, cooked lunch, and then I called a friend to catch up. We chatted about plans for the weekend, and I laughed at a memory from a trip we took last year. It was a simple sequence, but it stitched together a thread of small moments that add up to a meaningful yesterday.
Great. So to recap, you did, you saw, you talked, and you left, all in the past simple, but with the kind of detail that makes the story feel alive.
Exactly. It's not just about listing actions. It's about guiding the listener through your yesterday with a clear and evocative narrative.
Now, a quick grammar tip. When do we use the past simple?
We use it for completed actions in the past with a definite time reference. Words like yesterday, last week, and in 2024 are common cues. In a spoken narrative, you'll often see a sequence of past simple clauses that create a smooth timeline.
And the form is straightforward. Regular verbs add ed, like walked, while irregular verbs change in unpredictable ways, like went or saw. It's worth noting that many conversations use this tense with time markers, even when the exact time isn't stated, but the context clearly signals the past.
Right. And don't forget to use did. For questions in the past, did you go there yesterday? It's a simple helper that keeps questions snappy and natural.
Great tip. Can you give us a longer practice prompt?
Sure. Yesterday, to visit a museum with a friend, and to explore several exhibits before to grab a bite to eat. The answer should read, yesterday I visited a museum with a friend, and we explored several exhibits before we grabbed a bite to eat.
Excellent. Now you try. She finished her project last night, but then she realized something important. The suggested completion could be, she finished her project last night, but then she realized something important.
That's a great way to practice sequencing with past simple verbs.
Thanks for listening to English 10 podcast. We explored yesterday and the past simple together, but more importantly, we explored how to tell yesterday's story with clarity and vividness.
Practice is key. Try telling a detailed short story about your yesterday and record yourself. Pay attention to the rhythm of your narration as you describe actions, sequences, and feeling.